you alluded to there a moment ago is that Mr. Lee is a fake president. In fact, he's been formally anointed the president based on elections that, as you've indicated, seem to be fraudulent in character. What is the strategic importance of this change of presidents and the policies that they prefer?
They are many. So if Lee Jae-myung remains in place, do not expect South Korea to come to the aid of Taiwan in the event of an attack by the Chinese communists. Also, he is opening the door for North Korea in many ways, whether it's the spies or whether it is dismantling key defense measures, whether it's attacking key figures in the South Korean military. The Secretary of Defense has been imprisoned. Whether it is sending an envoy to the United States who's called President Trump a fanatic and crazy. I don't think that will work out too well for him. Whether it's trying to wrest control of the UN command in the event of war away from U.S. Control, whether it's all the ways that the CCP has been allowed to infiltrate, North Korea has been allowed to infiltrate like in the U.S., all the land that is owned by Chinese entities near military bases in South Korea. There are many aspects of this, whether it's being against the trilateral cooperation between the U.S. and Japan and South Korea. There are actually many strategic implications here.
Yeah. Morse, in your time in the Trump administration 1.0, you were responsible as the ambassador at large for global criminal affairs, I believe, and justice, rather. And this would appear on the face of it to be certainly a transnational criminal operation. You were rather badly treated, it seems, while you were in South Korea this last time. Is there now a sense among the population that this administration, this, proto-communist regime, perhaps, is likely to engage in more criminal behavior towards its own people, as well as perhaps towards American forces in the country in the interest of getting them out?
Yeah, the persecution against the good people and leaders of South Korea is happening in all sorts of different ways. Recently, for example, there were unprecedented raids on Korean churches. Never before had there been such an invasion of church sanctuaries, including the largest church in the world, the Yoido Full Gospel Church, including Billy Kim's church, who was the translator for Billy Graham, including Pastor Sun's church, who was leading the Save Korea efforts. These are
and when you say they're being invaded, by whom?
By the current administration.
But by the officials, the authorities, the police,
yes.
and the like?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
On what pretext, sir?
They were trying to make pretexts like this was violation. They had potential violations of election laws and things along those lines, and a lot of lawfare where really these are bogus lawsuits that are attempted to justify the persecution along these lines. Yeah, and the President Yoon also has been thrown in prison. It mirrors a lot what's happened in Brazil, which President Trump, I think, has very aptly denounced what has happened in Brazil, but parallel things, analogous things have happened in South Korea too.